So my next story is interesting. Every year, the Library of Congress and the National Film Registry, they add some films that will be preserved for posterity by the Library of Congress, and this means forever. So they take archives and basically put them in a vault. You know, they're there if you want to go check them out. You know, I'm not sure how that system works, but I think you can go to the Library of Congress and pretty much look at anything they have in there. There's certain things that are pretty old and delicate that you probably got to get special permissions to access, or there's a waiting list, because I guess they'll send you in with someone that's guided. You might have to wear some gloves and, you know, swab you down or whatever, and, you know, be supervised while you're checking it out. But they have so much stuff in there. They added, I believe it's 25 films this year, and some of these titles were pretty surprising to me. I got the list right here, and these are in the order that the films were released. So the first one is going back to 1898. Wow, I didn't know we had a movie in 1898. Must be silent or one of the first things. But this film is titled Mardi Gras Carnival from 1898. Cab Calloway's Home Movies from 1948 to 1951. We also get Cyrano de Bergerac from 1950. Charade from 1963. It's an interesting film. I've seen both versions of that.
Yeah, that's a good film. Yeah.
Scorpio Rising from 1963. Behind Every Good Man from 1967. Titicut Follies from 1967. Mingus from 1968. Manzanar from 1971, a film called Betty Tells Her Story from 1972. This is one that me and Bob talked about earlier this year on Classic Cinematic. Superfly from 1972. Attica from 1974. Carrie from 1976. Great film. Did that one too recently on our Stephen King retrospective for October on Classic Cinematics. Union Maids from 1976. Word Is Out, Stories of Our Lives from 1977. Bush Mama from 1979. The Ballad of Gregorio Cortez from 1982. Etam Hakim Hoppit from 1984. Yo, there's a lot of films on this list I haven't seen. Hairspray from 1988. The Little Mermaid from 1989. No, Tongues Untied from 1989. When Harry Met Sally, also from 1989. And we also get a surprise to me, a House Party from 1990.
House Party?
Yes, House Party is right up there as a work of art with Cyrano de Bergerac. Iron Man from 2008. And finally, I think Iron Man might be the first Marvel film or the only Marvel film to make one of these lists. So that's cool.
That's the most latest film out of everything, right?
One more. We get Pariah from 2011. It's a great film, but it's also a tough watch. It's about a young black woman she's a lesbian, but she's also presenting, you know, as a male.
Okay.
So there's a lot of complicated things going on in that film, but it's good. I remember seeing it a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to DP Core. I did a interview with him in the early days of From the Canopy Network. He was the cinematographer on that Wu-Tang documentary on Showtime, and he told me his first big shot break-in was working on this film Pariah.
Okay.
But that's an interesting list, man. So I'm definitely going to see if I could track down some of these films.
Somebody sent me a link a couple of months ago about the Library of Congress. You know, that theater. It's actually a movie theater that's like,
whoa.
It was, yeah. So I want to say at one point I might have seen the calendar where they were showing, like in October, they were showing like a horror movie a week or something like that. But it's a movie theater kind of that's actually set up there. In the nation's capital, so you're way closer to that than I am.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's also interesting because the Air and Space Museum has an IMAX theater in there, and they sell tickets to the public, and sometimes they'll show some of these big action films and stuff in there. I'm like, yo, that's wild.
That's what. Well,